Saurabh, and you're listening to my favorite talk show, The Weekly Show with Aditya.
Selecting place.
This is episode 445 on the 19th of November 2021 for a very special 7 p.m. episode. And today we shall go. So let's get started. As everyone knows, the first match between India and New Zealand went in India's favor, with India able to chase 166 in 19.4 overs, but it was not as easy as it seemed. And so we shall begin game 2 of the India New Zealand T20 Cup. So here we are, the two openers walking. So India has won the toss and elected to bowl first. So the template of win the toss, bowl first, and win the match continues. And also with it comes the speculation that with the previous captain not winning the tosses, India lost out in the T20 World Cup, and the new captain starts with the lucky ones to win the toss and bowl first. And this discussion will go on. Though for me, toss is nothing more than a bit of a luck and bit of smartness. So here we are, the two openers who did well in the previous match, and New Zealand did get to a good score of 165, and India though chased well. Here we go, the first ball as Bhuvneshwar Kumar is ready to bowl to Martin Guptill. So as I said in the previous match, it looked all hunky-dory when India were chasing well, and then there was a bit of a collapse. And now if the same thing happens today, that between numbers 4, 5, 6 and 7, they don't have anyone who can accelerate, hit 20 of 9 balls apart from Pant. So dropping the other P will come to haunt them if they are in a similar position later this evening. So here we go, the first ball of the second game of the India New Zealand T20 Cup. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar ready to bowl to Martin Guptill. The first ball edged and four. So bit of a luck. The ball swung, took the outside edge, and New Zealand get the first runs of the board. Maybe two slips would have worked in this situation, knowing that the ball swings a little bit in the first 6 overs. It was a lazy edge, and a second slip would have been perfect, or a wide first slip would have been perfect in this situation, as it went past the first slip into the boundary, and then come the reactions. Oh, what would have been? So, second ball of the over. Once again, this time he goes big, takes the outside edge, and New Zealand have come with a plan to attack. They're going to play as if they are chasing a score. So, a good start to take advantage of the power play and the fielding restriction. So, two good shots once again, an outside edge with no players out on the boundary on the offside, and taking advantage of that, Martin Guptill and the New Zealand team has decided we are going to come all guns blazing. No conservative approach that happened in the last game, which means you might see the other end. He might open with Ashwin. So the third ball of the match. As will he try the another aggressive shot? No, bit of an inside edge, and the score remains on 8-0 after 3 balls. So an interesting start, and it remains to be seen how does the team respond. He will have to quickly go in for fielding changes, and the cutters, the slower balls, the knuckle balls will come into play. But this is a good aggressive start, and if they can get once again anywhere near 160, between 160 and 170, it will be very interesting as to how the chasing team goes about. Once again, the no look shot, and this one has gone and it has been dropped, and 2 runs will be collected. So they will miss. One thing they will miss is the fielding. It was a brilliant effort by the fielder, and I wouldn't be harsh on the fielder by saying it was a dropped catch. It was always going away from the fielder, and these catches stick. And of course, you have to take them, but that's the nature because the batter has come with an aggressive approach. It was a good effort. The ball stuck, and then while he was diving, it came out of his hands. So, a good effort, and it's not going in my dropped catches column. Once again, that's the template they have come with. Play with an aggressive mindset, and the guy who picked up a wicket in his first over in the last game is now under pressure. And then once again, the question will rise: why is he in the team? One match, 2 wickets for 24 runs. Next match, 10 to 12 runs in the first over, and the attitude completely changes as Kumar runs in. Once again, the aggressive shot. This one has gone to the boundary. So 14 runs of the first over, and New Zealand have come with an aggressive mindset. So it will be very interesting to see whether the captain comes up with a spinner in the next over. That will be the most important part of this particular match. So here we are with the second over of the match, and he's going to continue with a fast bowler in this situation. That's interesting, though I would have preferred opening with a spinner just to see how it happens. But I think the other opener, Mitchell, will also come with the same attitude. Go for the shots, don't worry, and throw them off their plans. As Chahar bowls the first ball, and a quick single taken, which means the plan is give the strike to Guptill, who will attack the bowlers. He's already been dropped, though that's not exactly a drop because you take a catch, it's a brilliant effort. You drop, it goes in the batter's favor. So one change for India, Harshal Patel gets his debut after the performance in the domestic tournaments. And for New Zealand, good changes. Nisham the all-rounder, Milne a fast bowler, and Sodhi as a spinner, which means it won't be as easy as it looked in the previous match while chasing. So here we go. Will Guptill carry on his aggressive mindset? No, this time a quick single taken, and the score moves on to 16-0 in the first 8 balls at an average of 12 runs per over. So 16 runs, 8 balls. Well, the aggression continues as Daryl Mitchell smashes his ball to the boundary. So 9 balls, 20 runs, and it looks as if this will continue. Once again, straight down the ground, taking advantage of the fielding restrictions. And for the first time in the two matches, their plans have gone all awry. Let's see what happens. As Chahar steams in to Mitchell. Once again, straight down the ground, past the bowler, past the keeper, and the fielding restrictions not helping. And the fifth boundary in the first 10 balls, which means they have come with a plan which looks aggressive. As Chahar gets ready to bowl the 11th ball of the match, out of which 5 boundaries have been struck. And the first one being the luckiest of all. When you get away with that, the plans go in your favor. Once again, straight to point, no runs. I think he should go for the juggler and bring in a spinner, or maybe bowl 2 overs up front for both of them, and then bring in someone like Harshal Patel and even give a chance to Venkatesh Iyer. If they have got him as the all-rounder, they should give him a chance. Otherwise, they will miss a certain HP who has been dropped for what reasons, I don't know, but we all know. So here we go, the final ball of the second over. This time straight to the fielder, 2 overs gone, a good start, 24 for 0. So we are back live, 2 overs, 24 runs, 0 wickets, and there you go. Spin comes into play, but I think that may not make much of a difference if the batting looks aggressive, but it will certainly alter the plans of the batters at this point. It will be certainly be a very interesting situation as Akshar Patel bowls and a quick single taken as the score moves on to 25 for no loss after 2.1 overs. And there's so much talk of due in these particular matches, and I don't think due makes a difference because for both the teams there will be due. Whether you bowl first, bat first, it makes absolutely no difference. Due is the biggest distraction that can be as we get ready for the second ball of the third over. Once again, smart batting, not going to attack the batter, the bowler, and singles being taken to keep the score and keep the run rate high, which means even if they slow down in the later half of the innings, they will still have few runs to score. So here we go, 2.2 overs, 26 for 0. What will Guptill do? Will he attack? No, he defends straight to covers, extra cover, and the score moves on. Score stays at 26 for 0 after 2.3 overs. Fourth ball of the over. Once again trying to cut and a single taken at long off, and once again a bit of misfield by Rahul. and
It's
two runs
19:15.
being given. So, yes, in terms of fielding, that will surely plague them. But was it the due? Was it the wet ball? We'll know when the match ends. But fielding is something they will miss with a certain player not available for this particular tournament. As we see Patel getting ready to bowl to Guptill, who decides to go for the big heave but will only get a single, which means a bit of stoppage in this over. But you don't see the difference between the first innings and the second innings if Dew has already made its presence felt. You bat first, you bowl first, no difference. So why not take the gamble and bat first? The final ball of the third over. This time defense, a good start by the bowler. 3 gone, 29 for no loss. Something very interesting happened as this match was being positioned. A former player from South Africa and Bangalore has decided to retire from all sports, international and domestic, all forms, which means for Bangalore, if they were planning to elevate AB de Villiers as the captain, that will no longer be a part of their plans, which means they will have to go for a younger batter or who will be the captain. That will be something very interesting with Kohli and de Villiers both resigning from captaincy and retiring from the sport itself as Bhuvneshwar Kumar gets a second over. So change of ends, but let's see how do they deal with this situation. Will Martin Guptill carry on the same aggressive mindset? It seems as if he will. Yes, he does. Down the track and straight down the ground for a massive six. And you can see that he's come with the mindset that I ain't going to wait. I'm going to presume as if we are batting second. And the 11 runs per over. So they are looking to get somewhere in the category of 190 and 200, which will make it very difficult to chase. But it's a good aggressive mindset. On a length, and he says he steps down the track and an 85-meter six all the way. So 3.1 overs, all the conservative nature of the previous match has gone into the shed, and just 6 boundaries in the first 3 overs. What can they do? It will be a very interesting situation. Of course, when the ball goes out of the park, you need to get it sanitized, which for me is as good as ball tampering. So here we go. Second ball of the fourth over. Kumar steaming into an aggressive Guptill who says a good bouncer, and we will surely see the physio come in and check. It hit him hard on the helmet. So you might see the physio come in as per the rules just to check if everything is alright with the batter. If the helmet needs a change, there's a crack in the helmet. It was a good bouncer, a good change of delivery, and then hit him square on the side of the helmet. And sometimes you need some time to recuperate from such situations. Score is 36 for 0 after 3.2 overs, and while the batters recover and get drinks after 20 balls and they get checked by the team physio and the bowlers discuss their plans. I think the bouncer was a good idea, and you can see already the towels being used to rub the ball dry, which means bat first, bowl first would have made no difference. And this match, I think, might just go in New Zealand's favor because if you look at the reaction of the players, they have been stung as if they have been stung by a Scorpio. They thought they'll come in, they'll have New Zealand after 3 overs, 15 for 1, but they never expected them to come all guns blazing at 36 for no loss in just 3.5 overs. As the third ball of the over, this time it's defended straight to the fielder. You might see the score slow down as it often happens when such aggressive mindset occurs. There will be a bit of a slowdown, but the fours and the sixes will continue. And that's how these things are positioned. They have enough batters, Tim Seifert, Jimmy Nisham, and this has been pulled away, and that's gone for a boundary. So this time the pulled shot comes into play, and another boundary, the sixth boundary of just 22 balls. Overall, 7 boundaries, 6 fours, and 1 6. Short of a length delivery on the stumps, and Mitchell plays it with absolute elan into the deep mid wicket boundary for 4. All the praise that was there for the players, well, you might see some other discussion happening, but for me, I don't mind this. New Zealand said, yes, we were stung by what happened last week. Let's sting them back again. A couple of good shots, and it completely throws all the plans of the bowlers into the trash can. A slower delivery straight to the fielder. That's how you do it. Slower deliveries, back of the hand deliveries. That's how you bamboozle the batters. But overall, 4 overs, 40 runs, a good start. A smart start. This is where they erred in the finals and in the previous match. You can say the pitch is a good one. I don't think that makes a difference. The pitch doesn't affect the skill of the batter. As we come to the end of the over, this time it's flicked away towards fine leg, and this will be cut off. So 2 runs of this ball. So 4 gone. It's 42 for no loss. So 42 for no loss after 4 overs. An unexpected start for the team. They never expected this to happen. And tonight's match is a special match as we will continue till the 10th over. Let's see what happens. So Deepak Chahar gets a second over as the match continues. Chahar rushing in to bowl to Guptill, who says, I am not going to change my style. Down the track, and the first ball has gone for a 6, and the fast bowlers have been given the treatment, an almighty heave. Down the track comes the batter, and the coaching staff must be thinking, what is going on a length, and just a heave ho, a mighty heave ho by the batter, and this one has gone into the crowd, and once again the ball will be sanitized. This has gone straight into the locker room, and the captain is telling the bowler, don't bowl on a length, bowl back of the hand deliveries, bowl into the pitch, bowl wide yorkers, try something different. Let's see what the bowler does. But I'm sure they have been stung, and they were not expecting this even after 4.1 overs. And for the first time, After all the praise the team received in the last match, they certainly are under a bit of pressure. Maybe it's time to bring the third bowler in this situation, Harshad Patel, into the attack. Let's see what he can do. Can he pick up a wicket? Can he carry on his domestic form? That will be something interesting as we get ready for the second ball of the over. Or maybe it's too late. He could have got Harshal Patel into the attack. This one, that's top edge. The keeper decides to come under, and finally, wicket has come. A good ball by the batter. A back of the hand, a good bouncer, surprising the batter. He had already been strung by the bouncer in the previous over. Finally, a wicket falls and a bit of relief for the team, but nevertheless, a good knock from Guptill. And the first wicket fall, and it's 1 for 48. Good bouncer, top edge, and a good catch taken by the keeper, who called for the catch as there was a player at fine leg. And finally, some relief for the bowling team. Guptill goes for a well played 31 with a couple of fours and sixes. It's 1 for 48. Well, the interesting thing is that as this match progresses, another tournament is going to start shortly. In fact, it has already started. The Indian Football League, the Indian Super League, the Indian Soccer League, the Indian Football Domestic Tournament is on progress as this match goes on. We shall discuss that match at a later date, maybe even do a special commentary session for that match, but that is for a later date. For now, let's focus on this game. So 1 for 48 after 4.2 overs, as Mark Chapman has been sent, and the aggressive mindset, will it continue? It should continue. As Chahar bowls to Mitchell, who bowls a slower Yorker, and 2 runs taken as the ball goes straight to long on. So the 50 comes up in the fifth over. A good start after 4.3 overs, and maybe it's time to get the third fast bowler into the attack. As we see the replay, a top edge, a good catch taken by the keeper, and a good change of plan by the bowler. But I think it's a good start by New Zealand, an aggressive start. They have been stung. They had to do something different. They had to go to plan C and D early in the match. And let's see what happens for the remaining part of this particular match. This one, it's pulled away, but there's a fielder there. So the score moves on to 1 for 51 after well 4.4 overs, 1 for 51. Let's see what happens as this match progresses. Probably time to even bring in Ashwin as the fourth bowler and Harshad Patel as the fifth bowler, and even give a chance to Venkatesh Iyer to see what can he do. So here we go. Chapman facing Deepak Chahar. This time he's pulled it away, and this will reach the boundary. So the aggression continued despite losing wickets, and the run rate continues to be around 11 runs per over as the score moves on to 1 for 55 after 4.1 overs. Not enough of a bouncer to what he got Guptill out, and this one has reached the boundary. So 7 fours and 2 sixes in the first 5 overs. So here we go. The final ball of the fifth over, bowling to Chapman. This time on a length, straight to the fielder, a quick single taken 5 gone. It's 1 for 56 after 5.
It's 1930.
So, what can the captain do now? Not for the first time as international captain or a domestic captain have you been stung. And I think in this situation, what can the captain do is think as if they are defending a score. They're not allowing the team to make many runs, think that they're defending 160. They have to defend 100 runs in the next 15 overs at around 6.5 runs per over. What plans can they come up with? So every time you feel you are in this situation, the best thing to do is come up with a plan that yes, we are defending a score. So I think the next game, whatever happens in this game, it could very well be 1-all. I would love it to be 1-all because if it's 2-0, then watching the next match may as well be like, why do I need to watch the next match? That's how it will be. And that's what is not wanted. So, will there be a change of bowler? Yes, Ashwin gets an opportunity. Will he continue what he did in the last match? Bowls, I think they will attack Ashwin. They will not let him settle down. All the praise he received in the last match might just go to plan. Well, a good start, mid and leg line, 1 for 56 after 5.1 overs. Or they might play out Ashwin's 4 overs without much like they planned against Rashid Khan. This time it's flicked away and a single taken. So 1 for 57 after 5.2 overs. Of course, the leg spinner versus off spinner debate once again came back. 4 years ago, when Ashwin was, for 4 years, when Ashwin was not part of the one day and the 20 over team, everyone said, why doesn't he need to come back? He is not going to bowl that way. He doesn't have the skills anymore. But once he did well in the World Cup in the 3 matches, and in this match, everyone started singing his praises again. The chameleons came out again as we see Ashwin bowl. The second ball, this time a quick single taken and smart batting. Take singles, put the bowler under pressure, throw them off their plans, and that's what you should do. As Ashwin bowls to Chapman, this time a quick single taken once again. So 3 balls, 4 balls, 3 runs given. A decent start. So 1 for 59 after 5.5 overs. 5.4 overs. And here we go, Ashwin to bowl the 5th ball of the 6th over. This time, once again, on the pads and a quick single taken. Smart batting, not going on the attack, but making sure that he doesn't get a chance to settle down. As the right hand, left hand bowling combination will surely throw him off plans. So 6 overs, 1 for 60. A decent fielding restrictions power play as we get ready for the final ball of the 6th over. The final ball of the 6th over. As the ball slipped out of his hands and he stopped in his tracks. Once again, we are ready to bowl the final ball of the 6th over. Once again, short, and this time it's gone past fine leg. And will this go to the boundary? Yes, it will. So they get 8 runs of this over with smart batting. 6 gone, 1 for 64. A decent start by New Zealand, and I think they are looking for somewhere between 180 and 190. If they get that, it will surely put the batters under pressure because you are chasing 25 runs more. There was a bit of a stutter between over number 14 to over number 18. Our numbers 4, 5, 6, 7 did not respond the way we should. And if New Zealand get our openers out, it will surely put off the plans of the numbers 4 to number 7, and we are going to miss a certain HP, which I think they will realize as this tournament goes on, as future tournaments go on. With due respect to the players in the team, they will definitely miss an HP, as Harshal Patel on his international debut will bowl his first ball after all the drama in the domestic tournament. Let's see what can he do. But he got 15 games to take 30 wickets. Here he's probably got one game to take maybe a wicket. Let's see what plans does he have for the batters. As we get ready to bowl to Mitchell once again on the pads and a quick single and just one run. A slower delivery. It seemed as he was just ambling in, trying to get into the mood. But once you have played 15, 16, 17 domestic game in such situations, there is not much of a difference between international and domestic tournaments. But debut is a debut for your country, and that's how it is. And that's how things are going to be. As we get ready for the second ball of the seventh over, this time a quick single taken, smart batting, and when the chance comes, big shots are coming. Though, don't expect these two to just hit like Guptill did. I think there will be that semi conservative approach or the semi aggressive approach. It will not be a fully aggressive approach as far as this particular match is concerned. So 6.2 overs, 1 for 66. This time he plays it straight to the fielder. So expect the scoring rate to come down and things to start changing as it will go in the favor of the bowling team. This always happens. The team gets out to an aggressive start, you think they're in a good position. Even I thought that for a while, and then things start changing. Your openers hit 30 or 15. Wow, what a start. And then your numbers 2 and 3 cannot continue the momentum. There will be a slowdown, but still, it will not be as slow as it happened in the last match. This time it's pulled away, but there's a fielder in the deep and a single taken. So 6.4 overs, 1 for 67. It wasn't a complete confident pull shot. It would have gone to the bowler, but it went past the pattern. It was a decent single taken. So 3 runs from 4 balls. So a good start from the debutant as he steams into Mark Chapman, who straight to the fielder and no runs. So a good start so far by the fifth bowler so far. If they continue with this plan, they may not require a sixth bowler, though I think they should go to a certain Iyer. Let's see what happens. Well, it was a good fielding effort. He tried to run the batter out, but the throw was wide. Final ball of the seventh over. On the pads, but this time there's a fielder at fine leg. It will be cut off by Bhuvneshwar Kumar. 2 runs taken, 5 runs of the over, 7 gone, 1 for 69. So 7 overs, 1 for 69. A bit of a slowdown after the power play, but that always happens. But still, it's a good start compared to what happened in the last game and the fact that they hit over 100 runs in the last 10 overs in the previous match. And chasing will not be as easy even if you add the due factor in this particular situation. It will not be as easy. You might see the scoreline read as 1-all after 2 games, but that's for a later duration. 3 more overs to go for tonight's special commentary episode. So let's see what happens in the 3 overs. As we get ready, Ashwin to Mitchell, the score moves on to 1 for 70 after 7.1 overs. So, second ball of the seventh over. Once again on the pads, no runs. Third ball, straight to the fielder once again, and 2 runs given. 1 run given, in fact, did not run on the misfield. So 7.3 overs, 1 for 71. A decent start by the batting team, a bit of a comeback by the bowling team, but so far it's 50-50 as far as the first 45 balls are concerned. Most importantly, no balls, no free hits. That's the most important thing. And leg buys, you can't control leg buys. It happens. The best part is no wides, no balls. That's the best part so far. As they get ready, this time once again flat batted it but straight to long on, a single taken. So they have slowed down a bit, but then there's enough time for them to attack, especially when you are going at over 9.5 runs per over in the first 46 balls of the match. And I think they should get to 190 at this rate and they should target 200 if they can. So let's get ready for the final 2 balls of this particular over. This time tries to cut and misses. A good delivery. Bowled at over 100 kilometers per hour. So I don't think the bowler even knows that the ball is at 100 kilometers per hour. They just bowl. They know they will bowl a slower ball, but how the speed gun measures, the bowler can't control it. Once again, a quick single taken, 8 gone, 1 for 73. A bit of a slowdown, but still not much of a slowdown. If you go from 10.5 to 9, that's a good one. Here we are for the final 12 balls of the match. 1 for 73 after 8 overs. And the first 10 overs will decide how they plan the last 10 overs. But I think still it's a decent start. And they've used all the 5 bowlers and expect someone like Harshal Patel, Akshar Patel and Ashwin to bowl the last few overs. Well, we'll see what happens as another change of bowling. The other Patel gets a chance now
It's
as he
1945.
bowls to Mark Chapman, who cuts and a quick single taken. Score moves on to 1 for 74 after 8.1 overs. And if you're using the towels right now, imagine what will happen when the other team comes to bowl. Though I don't like this due situation. Maybe the match should start at 5 p.m. local time. Then to negate the due, and the later they start, the dew won't make a difference. But it's in the eastern part of the country, it's winters, so you can question. This time sweeps and a quick single taken and an appeal for a run out, but he's safe. Reverse sweeps, in fact. You can question why is the match happening in winters in the eastern part of the country when you know there is dew. So scheduling is a thing, but we know that the southern part of the country is affected by rains. So the match is definitely not going to happen in the southern part of the country, Bangalore downwards. It rained in Chennai. There's a chance of Bangalore also affected by rains. Once again, sweeps, but no runs. Reverse sweeps, in fact. So 3 balls, 1 run, 2 runs, a decent start by the bowler. But that's the thing, you have limited venues then. Why don't you go to the western part of the country, Pune, Gujarat? But they have already got matches today. So as we see the umpire calling for, will he call for a ball change or will he use a sanitizer? That's interesting. Why are we using a sanitizer right now, or are we just cutting the scrapes of the ball? Well, it won't make a difference. Maybe they should call for a drier ball if the ball is in such a bad position after 51 balls. I think the due is the fault of the governing body's decision to schedule a match in the eastern part of the country in winters as the bowler bowls. This time he sweeps, but goes past and an important boundary in the context of the match. Well, Ashwin got one misfield and he responds with his own misfield. That's how things go. So, yes, scheduling is questioned for me. If you know there is dew in the eastern part of the country and there are winters, then why do you schedule a match in the eastern part of the country? That's something they have to look at. And that's something which can be questioned. So 54, 47 minutes to bowl the first 9 overs. I hope they finish on time as we have 8 more balls remaining in tonight's special commentary. As Chapman decides to go over the top, will this be a catch? It's a catch at the boundary rope. So the second wicket falls inside the first 10 overs. But that's what happens when you don't have fielding restrictions anymore. He had slowed it down from 97 to 87. So the batter had to generate all the power. They have not much of a width and takes the outside edge and a good catch taken by Rahul in at long on. A good catch taken by Rahul. So here we go. The second wicket of the match, 2 for 79 after 8.5 overs, as now India will try to control the innings in the last 67 balls of the match. And though they got up to a good start, they haven't been able to accelerate because from the 6th over to the 9th over they had 2 for 13. So that's something they will have to look at. That's something they will have to plan better. What happens in the last 67 balls is something that will define this match. 100 runs, 80 to 90 runs, but I still think if they can get between 165 and 170, it will not be easy for the bowling team because New Zealand has also got some good bowlers. They've got Sodhi, they've got Saturn, they've got Nisham, they've got a couple of fast bowlers. In Nisham, they've got the 6th bowler, three spinners, two fast bowler, and the six bowler, and Darryl Mitchell if needed as a seventh bowler. This time, a single taken, nine gone, still the run rate remains around nine. Nine gone, two for 80. New Zealand have seven bowlers at this time. Five regular bowlers, two all rounders if needed. They must have realized the mistake from the last match that we needed an extra bowler to supplement the bowling. And now they have got that. So you feel a little peeved for the people who miss out, but that's the nature of this particular sport. You miss out, you miss out. There are no rolling substitutions, no opportunities. If you are missed out, if you are replaced by supposedly a better skilled player, that's how the nature of this sport is. Is Daryl Mitchell trying to repeat his thing which he did in the England New Zealand semi-finals? Well, we'll see. So here we go. A single taken. In fact, 9.1 overs, 2 for 81 and going around just 8.9 runs per over. It was a good shot, but the fielder came in between, and that's how it is. And a good catch at the boundary, at the long on boundary. So the final five balls of tonight's match. As we get ready, as Phillips comes into the attack, we saw what happened in the last match when Phillips was stung by Ashwin, or Ashwin stunned him with an interesting ball. And how will he respond? He's standing way outside off stump and nearly another wicket for the bowler. He was trying to flick it away and it missed his stumps by a whisker. So a good start, and the first time the umpire was smart not giving it a wide. It was a flicker, the carom ball, and it nearly hit the stumps. Was there an edge? This time once again going across, and will they come back for two? No, the batter slipped. So the score moves on to, after 9.3 overs, at 2 for 82. So interesting development happening. In the last match, they were 1 for 57 or 1 for 60. In the first 10 overs, they hit over 100 runs in the last 10. Can they do that? Yes, they can. This is Ashwin's third over. He might hold him back. Well, the captain. 3 balls to go for the final 3 balls of tonight's special commentary session. This time it's pulled away, but a single taken. So the score moves on to 2 for 83 after 9.4 overs. Here we go, the final 2 balls of tonight's program. As Ashwin bowls to Phillips, once again on the pads, and this time the umpire may give it a wide. I think it's still a harsh wide, but that's the nature of this sport. The bowlers are always the unfavorite ones of the umpire, and the batters always get the, this time once again the middle leg line, and 9.5 overs, 2 for 84, as we get ready for the final ball of tonight's program. Once again on the pads, no run, an excellent over, 10 gone, 2 for 84. Are we expecting 100 of the last 10? We will surely know. And we have a small drinks break. Let's take a short break as well. So this ends episode number 445 on the 19th of November 2021, and stay tuned for the next episode.
For more awesome content, tune in to the next episode of the weekly show.
And I will be back with episode number 446 on the 22nd of November 2021 at a regular program time of 10:30 a.m. IST. And while you wait for the next episode, you can have a look at these books and put them in your must read books column.